Hello, YouTube, Twitch, and everyone else. I am just renting this list for my first in what I'm hoping is a series of budget magic and budget modern decks that I'm going to try to play. There's a little bit of admin involved, so I apologise for that, but I'm just renting the cards from. I'm just renting the cards from mana traders, and as soon as those are available, we get to play Amulet on the cheap. I'm a little worried that this has 71 cards instead of 75 because it said 75 a second ago, and I do want to rent the whole lot. Even though I own some of them already, I do want to rent the whole lot, and if I'm missing some, that could explain why it's in budget. Um, so let's start by just grabbing everything. Grab everything. I'm sure there's a quicker way of grabbing everything, but I don't know it. So this is how we're going to grab everything. I have 71 cards there. Let's see what's missing, and that could tell me what I need to do to fix this. I wasn't expecting to get 2 gemstone mines, but then the thing came out cheaper, so perhaps because it's come out cheaper, I won't be able to do this, but let's just see. Trade is complete. Trade is complete. Update with versions. What are we missing? 1 Botanical Sanctum, which I swapped for gemstone mine, and I have a playable deck. Excellent. Oh, it's the basic forest. That's what it didn't rent me. That's fine. So, let's jump right in. Let me just. So let's go do a modern league with my budget amulet deck. So we will want to see me play the league, I'm sure. So let's jump in. So the idea here for those, well, everyone is new to this, I'm new to this. The idea is that I'm going to play decks that are under 100 ticks on MTGO. The reason I've picked that amount is because mana traders set that amount. Basically, they tell me I can spend 100 ticks for $9.99 and I get to play a magic deck. So I'm going to have a whole list of decks that I want to play, and I'm going to play them through a league, see how it goes, record them for YouTube, and hopefully get a bit of a thing going where we could play lots of different budget decks. Amulet was my first love, as it were, so that's why I've started here. This hand looks pretty decent. It's a bounce land away from lots of fun. Well, it's a bounce land away from casting a Titan. It's an Amulet away from a lot of fun, so I'd keep this most of the time. And we're against a deck we wouldn't really want to see, but in Neo form, it's probably just quicker than us. We don't have a ton of interaction for it, but let's see how that goes. So yeah, as I was saying, this is just I'm just trying to. Well, let's go. Let me show you this screen. This is a list of decks that I have on my list. The ones that are in bold require me to do no work whatsoever because they're already budget decks and under 100 ticks. And then I have all these MTG Goldfish decks which look kind of fun. So I've got anything that I just don't want to play, or that's like there's 2 or 3 similar cards. Well, so they turn 1 does. Let's see. Did they Summoners Pact? I think they Summoners Pact. Plays Island, cast Summoners Pact, reveals that, plays that. So they have to try and win. And if they fizzle, we win. You can basically register whatever you want when this happens, right? So that doesn't really matter what happens here. Um, but yeah, I kind of just want to promote cheap deck building in Modern. I started playing Modern um, because I love the format, but I just couldn't afford the entry to it, and um, but I still managed to play, and I still managed to get my foot in the door, learn the format, find a deck that really suited me, and then invest the money, um, and that's how I kind of got where I am with Modern, and I just think there's not enough of that content. There is a bit of budget magic out there, but like, where can you go and watch 2 or 3 leagues a week and have 20, 30, 40 different deck lists? And I'm hoping to get all that into one place on YouTube and on Twitch. I'm going to try and get a website up and running, but I just wanted to get a match under and see if it was popular or not. So we are starting with Amulet. The list is here. What YouTube channel is this getting posted on? Just my own, daviusminimus. I've just deleted all my other videos from there so that we have a one-stop shop. I don't want loads of other stuff in the way. I need to make this all look a little bit prettier and everything else, but my channel. So yeah, I think if you go on there now, all these videos, yeah, no videos. So I won. I'm so good at this game. So obviously, the opponent's just like doing what they want, and I have basically nothing. Basically nothing. I have basically nothing. Slot packs doesn't do anything. I guess I could. There's like corner case scenarios where they only have one Grizzleband activation left and a Labman in play, and Slot Patch would actually just win us the game there and then. Field of Dead is a grind card. Relic isn't necessary, and Explore's a bit of a grindy card, so I think those are the cuts. It could be that Explore's better than Grazer, but I haven't really played much with Grazer, so we'll leave it in. Paducah Bog is blank, and so is Tech Edge, and so is Field of Dead. I'd rather have an untapped dead card than a tapped dead card, so I will register this for game 2, and let's see what happens. So 1 Spell Pierce. I really thought, yeah, that was probably better than Titan, right? Almost, well, it's not even a maybe, it just is. If we have a game 3, Relic Thar for Titan is definitely something I'll be doing. I'm just going to hold up Spell Pierce for obvious reasons. And next turn I will Amulet, and the turn after that I will start doing some bouncy stuff with Azusa. This has cost me, if I go turn 1 Amulet, turn 2 Azusa, it's cost me quite a bit of time, but the point is here that we just win the game. If this Spell Pierce does what we need it to do, we just win the game. Dun 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 dun. Does he have Pact Negation? He has a Summoner's Pact to pay for next turn. His hand would need to be double Spirit Guide to survive that, and he doesn't. Well, that was pointless. Pointless bit of Modern. Anyway, we're there. Yeah, Bob, I think you just posted on Discord about, is that a normal price for some decks? Well, I mean, it depends how far you want to take it. I mean, a lot of these decks, let's have a look. Let's do this properly for a change. Like, you look at Modern and look at the online prices, 200 ticks, 300, 400, 600, 200, 300. And then something really close to playable, 300, 150, that's pretty close, 200, 300, 400. Yeah, there's some that are just like, it don't take any effort, so there's like a black-white Eldrazi deck that doesn't have Aether Veil, that can do it. Some versions of Elves, Titan Shift, Marta, the lists that are posting with Marta right now have like main deck rest in peace, which you can't. You have to replace to be able to play the deck, but you can play the deck. So there's a bunch of stuff that just about passable, but there's a lot of stuff that isn't. This makes still an Amulet turn 2. This guy plus the land makes a turn 4. We'd have to draw a land on his user of a pact, and we can make a 4. Pact his user might even make a 3. So this is pretty good. I pressed F6. Don't press F6. Cancel, cancel, cancel. So yeah, there's some decks that you can just pick up and play, but what I'm really trying to promote here is that like you can just pay $10, get a Mana Traders, and just play a ton of different decks and find what you like, and then you get to play some cool modern cards. So some cool modern decks, and then you know what you have to like. You get a feel for what you want to invest in, which I think is useful. I probably should have led an Amulet there. I hadn't read Grazer, I didn't realise it put it in tapped. Are we in a... No, we're not in a mirror. I get excited when I see a gemstone mine. So Vengevine, gemstone mine. Okay. So, that's a great draw, obviously. It's worth noting here, if I had led on Amulet last turn, I could have then played Grazer with my Forest or my Copperline, put this into play with this, and then had a land drop to pick it back up again. So by leading on Amulet, I now don't have Bojuka Bog in my hand. That would put the bounce land back in my hand though, so it's not like... It's not ideal, it's not black and white that you want to do that, but yeah. We have, by having that Bojuka Bog, we've prevented... Oh, okay. We've prevented a Vengevine activation, because they would have definitely been able to Vengevine now. The lands are going to cause them a bit of trouble here, I think, with that disappearing. Another Amulet doesn't quite get us there. Bounce Land isn't terrible here. I'm gonna take a Bounce Land and chuck it into play. And it just gives us some choices next turn. Actually, I don't want to pick up the Bog. If I pick up the Bog here, I can't Vesuva it. And I really want to play Bounce Land Titan next turn, so this is better. So yeah, like you said, Bob, there are some lists that you can just play straight off the bat, but a lot of these, they do need a little bit of work first. I even planned to play a Niv Mizzet Reborn deck. Someone had posted a list a while ago. This went 5-0. It had all sorts of choices that I personally disagree with. It has no Ren and 6. And the Tutor Fairies just like kill the budget, but there's a force of negation in the sideboard which you can cut, so there's ways of getting this right down into like a playable range, and that's what I want to do because it's a fun deck. So that's the plan. Ha! A 6/6, an 8/8 is bigger than my 6/6. That's annoying for sure. So we go as user, bounce sound. This, that would be 6. Make this. We can haste it and give it vigilance, and then they would trade. But to just be able to cast it again next turn. So it probably isn't attacking. So we just play as user. Yeah, like I said, the Titan's not attacking this turn. It definitely encourages them not to attack. Definitely achieves that. I think I'm going to just cast the Bojuka Bog as my land for the turn. Bogging them is certainly okay, and I can then gain some life, make a token. I don't think I want to attack, although Maybe I just low on. I don't have a threat then, and if they get some cards in the graveyard, they can cast this again. I guess I could. If I Boris Garrison Slayers this, I could bounce on T West so that I can Titan next turn. I think that's okay. It's a little bit awkward. And if they take the damage, we can certainly afford to take 8 right now. And actually, I could pick up a bounce land, so I don't need to go get a bounce land. With this Titan, I can just get a T-West and probably 2 life. Could be a crossroads. 6, 7. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2. Okay, so we can make 2/2/2s. That's pretty sweet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some 2/2s instead of a bunch of O1s. That is really cool. I've not played Field of the Dead before. Haven't played Grazer before, so this is fun. Yeah, I thought they might take the trade, but they really do need a follow-up because we have one. So next turn we can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 mana. So we can transmute. We can cast a Titan. So like you could go 6, 7, 8, 9. Transmute this, make a Titan, give it haste. Loads and loads of things we can do there. And every time you make a 2/2, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Tormod's Crypt is obviously pretty good. I think this is pretty good. Not a lot else is, to be honest. I think on the play I might be tempted with these just to tag Faithless Looting, but probably not. But on the draw, most of this is plain garbage. Like, yeah, they don't do enough. I just want to be the sort of best version of this deck that I can be. Game 2. I'm playing 29 lands because Field of the Dead is... I'm kind of classing it as a spell at this point. So... Is Hornet Queen even doing anything? I'm a bit out of touch, to be honest, with Amulet. I don't know whether you Hornet Queen the deck that we're against. I really don't. If we don't, what am I meant to board in? Is it a land? Is it the Pact to Negation? None of them seem particularly great. Baloth is lower down the curve and trades with the Vengevine. Does stonewall quite a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's Stitcher Suppliers and the Grave Crawlers, but and the Bloodghasts. But I don't know. We just don't have a lot of tools in this list. It would just be better just to win a land. At this point, I have changed a Thomas Crypt for a Pact to Negation, and that's it. Let's give it a go. And making turn 3 Titans isn't the worst thing in the world. So, it's quite interesting. I think it's a keep. It's pretty slow. But most of our deck is live and there's a Paducah Bog. And you even got like turn 1 Bog, turn 2, pick it up, play an Amulet and then pick it up, turn 3 Bog, turn 4, pick it up again, turn 5 Bog. So they're not going to have a graveyard get turn 2. They're not going to have a graveyard turn 4. So they only have a couple of windows to do something really bonkers. And they did multi 5, which is a bonus. Yeah, so we can tag that It's not actually a good graveyard. It's not a good graveyard, but I don't know if you can let it stay there. I think I can let it stay there. I'm going to scry. Getting my blue sources into play is pretty useful. That's annoying. If I'd have led on a untapped land Amulet there, I would have ripped the Azusa off the top and been able to cast it. As it is, I can't do that. But so if they hit a Hogak, they can cast it. They do hit a Hogak and a Vengevine, so that means that they can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, so they can Vengevine and Hogak here. So, and they have no graveyard. So Bojuka Bog's going to do nothing. And I'm going to be too slow. I'm going to 16, and they're going to have 12, 13, 14 in play here. So not having the Amulet in play is going to cost me here. Which is a shame. I don't think there's any way out of this. Bar maybe a second Amulet off the top would win us the game. Possibly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it does. I don't think we have the blue mana to do it. We'll see if we draw it first before we get too concerned about it. Did you see some of the server have with 5 Saheeli Titan? I did not see that. I haven't really been paying attention to the Amulet stream. It's just kind of crappy. Basically, it's just too much. Just too much chat on there. It's not crappy at all. It's just I'm not really playing it much, and it's just too much of it. Too much chit chat. I'd be interested to see what they've come up with though. Let's have a peek. What is this deck saying it is in paper? This is basically what I'm running. Whew. These users are killing it on their paper prices. Running Copperline as a budget option, but Grove is cheaper in paper, and you don't need either. Right, okay. Yeah, the paper world and the online world is kind of crazy. This is okay. It doesn't. Yeah, I can explore onto this is pretty decent. We know that they're a Hedron Crab version because they played Watery Grave. They're quite creature heavy, which is why I haven't bought in the Spell Pierces. They literally just have Faithful Suiting and maybe some Nature's Claims that I can tag, and that's it. But I'm hoping this can encourage people to get involved in some Magic Online on the cheap. It's the best place to learn and test Magic. It's just the sad story is that you can't play as many games in paper as you can online, and this is the best tool to play online. It's got the most competitive players compared to, say, Cockatrice or whatever else. How desperate do I want to find? Like, if I find an Amulet, I don't want this in play. And if I find a Bojuka Bog, I want to play it. So I think I need to lead on this instead of this. Bojuka Bog! We found it! Yay! When do I want to play it? When do we want it? No. Do I want it now? If they play Fetch Land, I get punished because I can't get rid of this Bloodghast, but Bloodghast isn't going to kill me, and I probably want to play around something. Like, I want to play around them going, like, another Stitches supplier, basically. So, which is what happened last game. It kind of went from no board to big board very, very quickly. Yeah, so, like, I'm not going to respond to that. The Bloodghast is going to come into play, but it isn't going to be the thing that kills me. We knew we potentially get punished for that line. That's also fine. This now puts us in an awkward spot, though. If they sack the Stitches, they can fill this graveyard back up. And if they play a Stitches here, they're basically saying, do you want to take out my Vengevine? But there is a risk that if I do, they can sack the 2 Stitches and put me in a real awkward spot. Oh god, they're going to eat their Vengevine for 1? Okay. That's not as bad as it could have been. Because there's no Vengevine. Don't get me wrong, it's not great. But I will gain 2. We get to explore. We're pretty close to tightening. We're like a turn away, and we have this. So it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not great. It's not the worst. 1, 2. So yeah, we can't make a user, which is a bit of a shame. But what can you do? Can't win them all, etc., etc. Cliche, cliche. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, so we do have double green next turn. We have 24 life at the minute, so we're not dead yet, and we make a Titan, and we have Bojuka, so we're not in a great spot. 8. Yeah, take 8. Just 8. We can take 8. That's fine. No point blocking it. That's for sure. Fit for suiting. Okay. So they have a hand full of fun over there that it's a little worrying. Force of Figure, obviously they don't need that right now. Yeah, another looting. It's also fine. At this point, I bog because I could pick it back up when I land this Titan, so there's just no reason not to do this. This lets me, if I draw an Amulet, have some fun, so we keep it in hand just in case, and we get rewarded basically instantly. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume they have Nature's Claim. They discarded 2 pieces of interaction back there, so yeah, that's not surprising. 4, 5, 6. Yes, this makes 6 mana. We pick up Bojuka again. We play Primeval Titan. And I think we just have to set up for like more Titans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, this Field of Dead is just brilliant. I think I'm going to just Field of Dead. That's great. I'm not going to be blocking with this Titan, that's for sure. But maybe if I pick up Kabira Crossroads. Next turn I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Yeah. And I can pick up a bounce. Maybe I do. It just makes it infinite 2/2s. Yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. Let's see if your methods work. I do still have a payoff. I have Azusa and like Scout and Gruul. That's, yeah. They did discard. They've played Nature's Claim. They discarded Assassin's Trophy and Force of Vigor. So let's let that resolve. Right, Hogak doesn't do anything. Yeah, Hogak doesn't do anything, so that could stay there because it's a legendary dude. We will take 8 more because we can afford to. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, just shy. Just shy of the mark. Junk Carve is fine. It is a blocker though. And they're going to sack and remove their graveyard to make another Hogak. That I'm not too bothered about either. So it's one card in hand. I could just go really wide here, I guess. So just make a 2/2 and pick up the same bounce land, I think. Actually, pick up the Crossroads. We're going to get a bounce land because we're going to attack. We're definitely going to attack. So this is Pact for Titan. This is sweet. I'm loving this Field of the Dead. And then we bounce land Slayers. So we bounce land Slayers, play the Slayers for the turn. So we make 3 more creatures. We haste this guy. And we have, which would probably get blocked. Then it takes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we couldn't actually kill there. But, so we wouldn't have attacked full out. I would probably just attack with the one Titan that, well, you probably attack with both since they're lethal. But that would make us 4 more, 8 more things. So like, if we want to sort of like go through it, we pick up the Slayers, we play it for the turn, and then we go 1, 2, plus the Slayers, give this haste, swing for 14, so it forces them to block. They probably block the one that doesn't kill the Hogak, and they take 8. And then but at that point we've made 2 tokens with the Field of the Dead, plus 1 off the Slayers, and then you've attacked and you've got 4 triggers, so you get 4 more tokens, so you've got 7 tokens this turn, plus the 3 we've already got, so we've got 10 tokens, and we would have, yeah, we probably can't make a Jiza. This is a shame. You wouldn't be able to make a Jiza. We'd have 10 triggers and Scout, so we'd have 11 2/2s, so they're never getting through that, which is awesome. So far so good. This is on the cusp of a mulligan. I think I keep this most times. It's just, on the draw I mulligan this, it doesn't do anything. But on the play, like a blue land means that I have turn 3 as user, turn 4 Titan with Pact backup, so that's pretty good. And there's a bunch of cards you can draw that make this hand slightly better. But the turn 4 Titan is basically the benchmark when you're on the play, so that's good. Well, that's not a draw that helps us cast a Titan. And humans is a deck that can cause you a headache because they have a meddling mages, but I can almost guarantee that the second meddling mage will name engineered explosives, and our budget deck doesn't run that, it runs Slaughter Pact. So that's a small upside to being slightly rogue. And you always get upside when you play. You know, if you build your budget decks right, there is always some upside. over the course of like 15 rounds, you'd rather be on the fully fledged, pimped out version, but that's not always an option. This hand has become pretty awkward because this will come in tapped when we pick it up. So that basically puts us 2 turns off a Titan, and this Meddling Mage puts us a little bit further behind. If that had been a Simic Grave Chamber, for example, we would have pacted that, although they did tap that, so no, we wouldn't have pacted it. So this puts us firmly in the shit, basically. Scaretrap Scout would be a fine draw because it stops this Meddling Mage from attacking. But really, we're looking for Slaughter Pacts and a 2-turn window. So we're unlikely to get those things, but let's play it out just in case. A white land would now be pretty decent because we can make this slightly bigger. It trades with these things, but yeah, we pretty much lost this game. So how are we doing so far? That's not good. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I might as well cash this in because I have another one in hand and they're legendary. But it doesn't change the clock. They have 7 power on the board. Rough. Okay, well, that's fine. I still think we're favoured against humans, especially with the Abrades. And I do like Obstinate Baloth, Tireless Tracker, Hornet Queen, and I just like cutting some of the cards that they might name, some of the lands that aren't so clever, some of the spells that are not so clever. Mostly I just stopped running 4-ofs. 2 cuts from this is quite tough though. I think Tracker's maybe too slow. And I can cut another land, which I think is probably just Ghost Quarter. Yeah, this looks okay. We have post board, we get, well, we've got like 3 Abrade, Pyroclasm, Firespout, Obstinate Baloth, Hornet Queen, and Slaughter Pacts that all kind of like fingers up to the Meddling Mage, which is a decent amount. Turn 1, Stirrings. Turn 2, if we find a green source, then we can explore. If we don't, we could pick this up and play that again. So I think this is just about okay. They have a turn 4 or 5 deck, so you do have some time to durdle just a little bit. Green mana, please. Thank you. Amulet would let me explore as well, so we'll take the Amulet. Tempting to take a land there actually, but no, I can Amulet, play the Ghoul Turf, play Explore. But the question then is, which land do you pick up with the Ghoul Turf? It's probably Crumbling Vestige, but let's just see. Let's just see. So that's not going to be Eighth of Earl. Okay, I am going to pick up the Crumbling Vestige because it's like a Persuado bounce land. So also I want the red source. I just want to keep making land drops. And what's that mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can Titan next turn. This Crumbling Vestige will let us Titan. It would have been better to have the Ghoul Turf in hand, but we got away with it, I think. As long as they don't have... They basically have to have a Meddling Mage. But if they do have Meddling Mage... So now we do get punished. If we'd picked up the Ghoul Turf here, we could play it, add 4, abrade the meddling mage, we had 2 mana left, pact for as user, tap the Slayer Stronghold to go up to 3, or tap the Crumbling Vestige to go up to 3, play that, double Gulturf Titan. So we're punished for picking this up, but we didn't know the top card was Amulet, and I think developing your lands is important. Copland Gorge, go. There's almost 0 chance that they name a braid with a second thing. Middling Mage. If they do, I'll be pretty sad. But I'd chance it, you know, like if they play a Phantasmal Image here, or a Meddling Mage. Okay, sorry, that's, yeah, Kite Sail. Target opponent reveals his hand. They want to take the Abrade, so we fire it off, kill this, and now we lose the Summoner's Pact to this, but we make a Titan, and we basically have him dead. So that's 1-0. Just for full clarity, they're not actually dead. They're just facing like an 8-power Titan and some land drops, so they're basically dead. Have to go something like Reflector Mage into Meddling Mage. They can't even do that, so downside to Slaughter Pact is you can't take this out to get your Pact back. So this is just like safe, completely safe. And one of the upgrades you can get with the budget is like Walking Blister, Engineered Explosives, blah blah blah. Okay, well that's just game over. Can I leave a red open here? I don't think I can. So we just Titan. I'm just going to play around Path because there's half a chance that they have it. They do feel a bit F6y, but let's Boris Garrison. Plus Temple. The Temple's does nothing if I attack with the Titan, but if I attack with the Titan, I don't really care. And these two let me add red-green for my fire spout. So if they do have Path, I'm okay. And if they don't have Path, I'm also okay. Whatever. And we'll pick up the Vestige. It's the worst land. Don't really know why I want it in my hand, but we have it. So they don't have Path. So then we can just go up the board with Field of Zed. It should have probably picked up a bounce land. They're very conservative lines, but it's kind of whatever. So if I just play it with red, I can actually take out the Kite Sail and not my creatures. What Amulet Titan version would you choose for meta where mostly decks and burn mono red Phoenix? Well, that meta is particularly bad for Sakura Tribe Scout. I have to admit, like Sakura Tribe Scout is just going to lose to Gut Shots and Lightning Bolts and Fatal Pushes, which all those decks play. The Lotus Bloom version is exceptionally good against Jund and Black Green, but I think it's too slow against Mono Red, personally. So it's one of the others. I don't know which scoutless builds you really want. I'm not particularly up to date with different lists that are not playing Scout. I don't think, for example, you need Khan. I don't think you want Devoted Druid. Personally, this list has always been very good to me. Having these Explores for when your scout does die is a nice thing. To be honest, Dominic Harvey Amulet. Uh, so this was the start of the year. He played Amulet with Forge user 3 Wayward Swordtooth and 4 Through the Breach, and it just does not care about Bolt, Fatal Push, just nothing. It just doesn't give a shit about any of those things, and so it's probably pretty good because it's fast. You know, like this list, it can make a Through the Breach. Still not sure. Well, let's have a peek. Three Trinket Mage is too many. I've personally, what else have we got going on? You got 2Es, Coalition Relic. I mean, the list is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's completely fine. Three Trinket Mage is too many. I tested it quite a lot and thought that one was the most that I would want to play and do play. But then on the flip side, I can see two being okay. Three is just too many. What to replace it with? Well, I do personally like Explore, and I don't particularly like Coalition Relic. Coalition Relic is a decent card, but that's all it is. It's just okay. It kind of like Coalition Relic's a really weird one because it fixes a few things that the deck's really bad at, which is beating Blood Moon and mulligans. So like if you mulligan to 5, you can really struggle to get to 6 mana and have a Titan. But Coalition Relic is kind of like 2 lands in 1 card, so it's like another bounce land in that sense. So it does fix 2 of the big problems that the deck has. But the flip side of that is that nearly everyone boards in Artifact Tape for your amulets, and all of a sudden you're paying 3 mana to get blown out by Nature's Claim instead of 1 mana to get blown out by Nature's Claim, and it does matter, does that? It's not totally irrelevant. So personally, I like dropping a Trinket Mage, I like dropping a Coalition Relic, and just adding 2 Explore to this list. But if you like Coalition Relic, just drop a Trinket Mage and add basically whatever you want. Sideboard is fine. You could, for example, drop a Trinket Mage and just main deck this Field of the Dead. Nullhide Ferox. I can't believe that's caught on. That's like my tech. As 100%. No one is ever taking that one away from me. That is 100% my Magic card. I absolutely love the thing. I registered it at GP Liverpool in December last year, so I had tested it a decent amount before that event and had to argue with my teammates. Not argue, like I had to try and convince them that it was right for me to register Nullhide Ferox. And it was, but it didn't pay off as much as I would have hoped at that point. Oh, my Explore's going. No, my Fire Spout's going, isn't it? They can't possibly let me have Fire Spout. And once the Fire Spout's gone, like I said before, this Slaughter Pact just doesn't touch that. I think the rest of this list is pretty good. I like the rest of this list. I would just go -1 Trinket Mage and maybe -1 Relic and add either 2 Explore or 1 Explore, 1 Field of the Dead. And if you get a spare sideboard slot, I like an extra Spell Pierce personally. I do like a 3rd Forest somewhere in here as well. What have you got that... Oh, you got 2 Forest, 2 Snow-Covered Forest? That's maybe a Forest too many. What would I run instead of Forest? Well, I don't know. I do not know. 4 Forest is fine. I am a fan of Forest. I tested 5 at one point, which was definitely too many. But 4's pretty good. I do like 4. I'm running 4 right now, but I don't have Cavern of Souls because I'm on a budget. I have a load of cards that are missing, let's be honest. But right, so we're pretty close to stabilizing. Well, like their clock is pretty timid here. They have one card in hand and a draw and some of this stuff. So let's. Can I? If I play this, pick up this. Yeah, that's the line. Play this, pick up this. Play this, tap this, play this. I know there's a lot of this going on. Hopefully the mouse cursor's keeping up with what I'm saying. Yes, I would like to play Sunhome, and I would like to play Explore. And then we can Temple. Ooh, Hornet Queen. If that last card is Phantasmal Image or Meddling Mage, there's no way they name this right now. Oh, I can actually... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't want that. I'm okay for bounce lands. And Hornet Queen is just going to buy me a lot of time. And once I get this Hornet Queen into play, I can then transmute T-West. So, assumingly they crack what? Logs Grove? No. I do. Also, you might have noticed on my budget list, I don't know if you're still here, Jarsec, but you could easily drop a Trinket Mage for a main deck Relic of Progenitus, because Relic is a good card right now, and it cantrips. Like, it's never bad. So, yeah, this has worked out pretty nicely. They can get in for 5 here, puts me to 12, and then they can deal no damage next turn. It looks a little like they're holding Reflector Mage. They ticked that up to 3, and if they had Mantis Rider, they'd play it. So yeah. This is great against Reflector Mage. They can't attack with this anymore. Pretty much, they don't want to attack with these two guys because of this stuff. So we can transmute. The thing is, there's no point transmuting for Summoner's Pact because of this, but we want to get Slaughter Pact to get this off the table. They just have no good attacks anymore. Like, their best attack here is like Champion of the Parish, trade with an insect, and then like maybe this crap Meddling Mage for another insect, etc, etc. So if we were to draw a Primeval Titan, a Summoner's Pact, or a Slaughter Pact, we can make a Titan. And if we were to draw, I think that's about it. We've got a Braid, we've got Pyroclasm. I don't love Pyroclasm right now, but I would certainly take Pyroclasm. Because even if they flashed in a Mantis Rider and saved this, like this surviving in a Mantis Rider versus a Primeval Titan, you're just going to win. Yeah, no good attacks. Right, is there anything that can really punish me for transmuting for Slaughter Pact, firing it off, blowing up this, playing a Titan? So there is, and it's flashing in a Meddling Mage. So I think I lead on Summoner's Pact, so that once I've Slaughter Pact, I get priority. But they could still flash in response. I do get punished pretty severely by another Meddling Mage. But there is literally nothing else I can do. Yeah, we just have to go for it. I mean, we have 2 cards in hand, that's all. I think one of them is a Reflector Mage. I said that a while ago. So and lead on this, because if they have the other one, I'd rather not have a pack to pay for. The odds are pretty slim that they have it. And really, I just want to make sure I don't die to my packs. I'm pretty far ahead. So let's have like another payoff and a way to add mana of any colour. So this is me going wide again, and I can just, it's pretty free for me just to get in for like 4. But good start to this third game. It's turn 6, so this is what I was saying about like slaughter packs still having its uses when you don't have EE, for example. Slaughter packs, when Eldrazi Tron is quite popular, slaughter packs is a card that I like to run, even if it's just in the sideboard, because we do struggle against like massive creatures. So yeah. So this is the Reflector Mage on the Primeval Titan, I assume. Oh, he chooses not to. That was a miss. I love that cockatrice. That's nice. I wonder if there was a misclick there. They have changed how these things work. So we lead on this. Makes me not dead. Yes, I would like to pay, and I would also like to pay for that. Yes. The bed is disgusting. I'm going to swing with Titan, Meddling Mage, couple of zombies. Not the zombies actually, because they're very unlikely to get through. All I have to do is flash in a creature and this gets too big. So a couple of insects. Although we do have a braid, so maybe I should have just have attacked. Just get bounce land. I like bounce land. Bounce land. Where's Sunhome? Sunhome's already in play, okay. Bounce land Slayers, and we can just make an infinite 2/2s. Vesuvo on the Field of Dead was probably pretty smart there instead of this. Yeah. You just can't beat this many tokens. So 3-0. Field of the Dead has been absolutely amazing. It's been really fun to play. I'd like that to be last. I'd like that to be first. I guess Kite Sail second. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I haven't got enough damage there, so yeah, they have to be flashing something in. And so now they get totally blown out by the... I mean, this is a misclick again, because this doesn't even kill this. It had to be a misclick. Let's yield that. Yeah, so if we'd have picked Vesuva instead of this, we'd be getting double tokens here, which would be nice. This Field of the Dead has been absolutely crazy. Just wins every battle on everything on the battlefield. Now this is like a massive threat, whereas before they used to just have to deal with Titans. Whereas now if they answer my Titan and somehow the Hornet Queen or whatever else, they just can't win. Like, these tokens are going to get there. Make another one on end step. We have an Abrade. We even have a way to kill all their flying creatures. So this is sweet. I really like this Field of the Dead. I don't know. There's obviously downsides to the card. It's clueless for a start. Anyway, onward and upward. 3-0 with no money Amulet. I say no money, like... Oh, I did manage to pick up an extra gemstone mine in budget, so let's update that. But yeah, you'll be able to see there's a Teleria West missing, there's... How much were they? Could I have afforded one technically? No. But yeah, so there's a Teleria West missing, there's a couple of gemstone mines, there's an engineered explosives, a walking ballista, good number of things, cavernous souls. But often it doesn't matter. This is good against most types of decks, to be honest. I like Relic in the opener, an Amulet obviously, but we have a token maker. So the hand is decent against most things. Didn't really want to see that. Ooh, double Amulet. Things just got interesting. So if we were to draw Pact as user or Titan, I think we have a turn 2. I don't know for definite, but I think we have a turn 2. And we don't have a turn 2 through a Hogak, but we have a turn 3 through everything else. These Stitches supplies are just bonkers good. If they have a second land and another 1-drop, would be in trouble, potentially. Let me just check this list again as well. This is Francisco special. This is pretty cheap. Does he have Tectonic Edge? No. Force of Vigor is probably a card I should have picked up. It's $9 though. So we didn't hit what we need, but we did hit a Relic. They don't have Hogak in hand, otherwise it'd be in play right now. Maybe I should have amuleted first. I probably should have amuleted first there. That's not a problem. Well, it is actually. It is a problem. I completely misplayed that turn. If I lead on an amulet and then play this Crossroads, I can use the... This will untap twice, so I can make a mana, and then when it untaps the second time, just don't tap it, leave it untapped, make my Relic with the mana that I made, and then have an untapped Kabira ready to crack the Relic. But as things stand, I don't have that option, and if I don't play Amulet this turn, I can't kill them next turn, so I have to tap out for the Amulet, which makes the Relic a blank this turn. So you can see that that's quite a massive impact by just sequencing it wrong. It was very lazy of me. I just didn't work out what I was doing. I was like, oh, I don't need to rush. Everything's fine. But really, I should have been making this Amulet. I should have been making this Relic live, because it doesn't take much to get punished here. They could just find a Hogak, for example, or have a couple of Venge Vines off of this Wayfinder. They found a Hogak. So they have Swamp in hand. So, like, yeah, we could get punished here. And it's not massively punished, because we'll have a couple of double striking Titans. But we won't kill them. So we are going to have to be careful that we have the mana we need at the end of the turn to pay for double pact, I think, is what we're going to be going for. Oops. Right, okay. So I'm going to just slam a Titan down first of all, and I'm going to pick up Kabir Crossroads, because that's the card I need the least. And then I'm just going to work it out from there. I could put... No. Okay, so... I don't think I can make 2 Titans, which is annoying. They've been super punished. So that was 4, 5, 6. That's not enough for 2 Titans. If I Slayers swing for 8, it's just all very awkward. It's not that awkward actually, is it? That's in hand, which is awkward. So those are the Slayers. So let's untap the Slayers first. The difficult part here is actually the Pact. I need some green lands. So I think I haste this and then just pick up Slayers, and then I can attack. I'm gonna just crack this this relic right now. I don't need to actually. Okay. So I have to get a green land with the last trigger, is basically the situation. So we swing with this. We get Vesuva copying the Sun home and a green source, because we need to pay for the Pact. So this copies this. Everything just ended up really awkward in this hand. So we can tap this for mana. And then we could tap the Boros. And then we can double strike it. So now they're forced to block, and we keep our Titan. So both those things are very, very positive. We do not need a basic forest at this stage. And again, I don't think I'm keeping up Relic. I think I'm playing the Sakura Tribe Scout. Yeah, so they're forced to block there. They go to 7. Like I say, I think I just play a Scout. It's very unlikely they can deal with one of our 2 green sources, but this basically guarantees that they can't. And it is a blocker, but we're on 18, so I think we've won this game. It should be nice. Okay, what we knew about the swamp. Gotta have something decent now, I guess. Get rid of that. Not using that tonight. 3, 4, 5. It's a weird attack. I think they might have Lightning Axe. Does it run out Lightning Axe main these days? I don't actually know. If anyone does know, speak now or forever hold your peace. I think they have Lightning Axe. I'm just going to take 5. It's not a lot of damage, in the grand scheme of things. Gravecrawler. Gravecrawler. Make a Hogak. It's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, you're right, Bob. Yeah. They could have almost anything, couldn't they? Like, they could have Bolt. Oh, I'm not sure if I can +2 it. I'm sure I'll be able to find a way to +2 it. Go away, Faithful Suiting. Yes, if they double block here, I just have to make this big enough to kill this, so tap these, make this. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward from here. So we start off with this. Yes, please. So I have to put this into play. I have to give this vigilance +2/+0, and then I just need to find a way to make this have double strike, and we'll win. So I think What that involves is it needs 2 lands, one that's red and one that's white. I'm not sure if I actually have that in my deck right now. I have 2 gemstones. So 16. If they soak up 9 of the 16, 9 of the 16, how much does that mean I deal? 7? 9, 16, 16 minus 9 is 7. Yeah, why can't I do that math? That's ridiculous. But anyway, in we go. I was tempted to send the snake in just for the extra damage, just in case I'm one shot, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. So that's a bonus. That's better. Let's do this. This is better. Gemstone can add red white, and Field of the Dead can make tokens, which is fun, fun, fun. I love this Field of the Dead. I know it's overkill here, but this has been amazing. Just wins all battlegrounds. Double strike. And you can play it like this because I'm pretty sure if they had a Sausage Trophy, this Titan would be dead way before combat. No, I would like to kill this first. So that's my opportunity to make a mistake potentially. Seven damage. Sweet. Okay. I think last time I did that. In-depth sideboard plan. There's just nothing else I want, I don't think. There's like a question mark over Hornet Queen, but I think a Primeval Titan and Field of the Dead is just as good, mostly. So this is what we'll run. Hope for the best. Okay. Just don't think it's good enough against. Well, I know that's not good enough against Hogak. This is potentially okay. This has to find something pretty good, but I'm going to keep it because, well, as we saw from the sideboarding, there's very little that I actually have that helps here. I have a Relic of Thomas Crypts and a Bajuka Bog. They're all hits off Ancient Stirring, so I think this is. I think you're just so far behind on the draw, really, that you don't need to worry too much if you lose it. I mean, that's a great start for me. And that's a good draw, so I am just like, more ramp is fine. That's terrible. It's not terrible, like, it's a card, but it's not a card that we actually wanted to draw. Cannon Feeder, land. Go, that's good. Am I playing Amulet here or not? I don't think I am. I don't think I have a reason to. I don't know. They kept 7 and played a looting, discarded 2 lands, and then played a Carrion Feeder and nothing else. So this hand has Nature's Claim, Assassin's Trophy, Force of Vigor. It has something in there that's aimed at this, plus any accidental graveyard hate I might have. So that's the only reason they would keep that hand. So running this out now is a bad idea, I think. Oh, it's not the greatest thing you're going to hit off a Stitches Supplier. It's what they take out to make room for these. I bet it's just a bunch of Vengevines. I could Amulet, Patfers user, Maker's user. That's probably good enough, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can get some triggers here, and at least if the amulet does disappear, which it doesn't look like it is actually. Okay, so technically speaking, if we were to draw a Titan next turn, we might be able to cast it. I need both of these to live to do that, but sort of in the right area for that happening. Played the Ghost Quarter just so that they didn't respond to a trigger on these user. So if these user dies, there's no way of making a Titan, but we're not exactly sad about that, I don't think. Oh, so were they trying to Assassin's Trophy the Ghoul Turf? Maybe that was their route, and if I have missed the sequence, then maybe they get a window to do that. I don't know. Probably not. We're not taking any damage, so like, it's turn 3, we have 5 lands, so by turn 5 we can make a Titan even if they have interaction. Yeah, so they're not going to be able to get through all these forests. It's so funny when Thoughtseize misses. We can actually make a Titan if we rip it. Just play this 3 times. It's unlikely, but you never know. I can afford to take 2. I have 2 life in hand. This plant token will save me more life later on because this will get bigger at some point. Maybe it was right to try and Ghost Quarter that. It may well be. It may well be right to Ghost Quarter that and take... I think that might take them off of red. Which takes them off this flashback. The question is how... Yeah, we just Ghoul Turf, pick up Ghost Quarter the Blood Crypt. We know they have another swamp in their list. I think they showed us it. I was at the previous opponent. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm going to take it out and I'm going to keep this for Suva. So if they deal with the Shuza or the Amulets... Yeah, so we've taken them off red, which takes them off that Fateful Suiting, which I think was worth doing. I think that's better than taking them off Overgrown Tomb, but I'm not really sure. I'm not worried about any of these dying. My only worry here is not drawing a Titan in time. As soon as they get a Hogak, we're behind. So as long as I draw a Titan some point today, we should win. If we draw a Telavia West, we'll win. Because we can play it and it'll add 2, and then we can play this as a bounce land and pick it back up again and transmute it. So we have quite a few outs. We have 3 packs, 4 Titans, and a couple of T-Wests. We're 1 T-West down on a stock list because of budget. And that's getting me more than this at the minute. I just Vesuva the plant. Maybe I should have been Vesuvering this Blood Crypt and then Ghost Quartering this. Maybe that was better, but I don't know. But it's actually a race that we win in 13 turns. They've got Stomping Ground, Blood Crypt in the yard, so I don't think they'll ever have red again. I'll take 2. They stop taking damage as soon as this guy gets bigger, basically. Yowzers. No, he said not to play it. And there's like, people say, oh, hold the cards, you hide information. And you do, but actually by playing out a land that you don't need, you kind of show them that you're not capable of holding information, um, which makes them more likely to cast the Thoughtseize into a single card in hand. So there's potential there that playing the land is right sometimes. And especially since we have more land drops available, this certainly looks like a spell right now. We have a Giza and we just threw out a gemstone for no reason, so this looks like a spell to my opponent. I think if I'm sat at the other side of the table, I'm thinking they have a spell in hand that they can't cast or have no reason to cast. Yeah. But like you could hold 2 lands, especially in this deck where you have an Ajuza in play. I'll take 2 more. It wouldn't surprise me if that Marsh Flats has 0 targets. I'm going to play the Scout because it attacks. If we were to draw like Slayer Stronghold, Sunhome, you speed up the clock a little bit more. They can't actually... They must have something in hand. What is going on over there? Well, they could easily have a Hogak. They could easily have Vengevine, Faithless Looting. They're all uncastable. They may have... They don't have Bloodghast. If they had Bloodghast, it's in play. They don't have Gravecaller, it'd be in play. They don't have Stitcher Supplier, it'd be in play. They may have more of this stuff. Okay, well, changes nothing. It'd be pretty good to force them into a spot. You know, like Lightning Helix maybe, they have that. I don't really know. They have 5 cards, so... They could easily have Assassin's Trophy and Nature's Claim and just be like, I don't need to deal with this amulet, I don't need to deal with these creatures. Ah, Blackcleave Cliffs, I forgot about that. It's going to get them out of trouble. This is still worth more than 2 life later on, I'm sure, so we'll keep it. Haha, right on time. This is where Assassin's Trophy would hurt, because they could trophy this in response to a bounce land. I think they're gonna do it now, even before I get blue mana. There's no way of playing around it. I'd have liked to be able to play around Assassin's Trophy. I feel like they have one. Ooh, that's too late. They should have done that sooner. That is too late for what you are hoping to achieve. Yeah, very much too late. Transmute it. 3, 4, 5, 6. You is certainly behind. Prime Evil Titan. There's a pretty big misplay from the opponent. I don't really know why you would let me have amulets if you had a choice not to. Boom. We're 4-0. Super secret tech. If we register a 5-0 with this, the whole deck is secret tech. Don't bother with Gemstone Mines. They're really good. And Crumbling Vestige is definitely worse. But for some reason, you're not running Cavernous Souls, you're running Temple, you're not running Gemstone Mines, you're not running Engineered Explosives. Yeah, just running all this cheap stuff. It's not even that cheap in paper. Like, in paper, these are horrendous. But this is a turn 3 Titan if we draw a Titan. And I'd take that all day. Just see what was there before. Let's put it back. See what we come up with. It's quite funny, this. A third match against these guys. Well, it's a pretty good draw. It's a redraw and it's free to cast because of the Gruul Turf, so I don't mind that. Neonate is okay. Well, they don't have. I don't know. Hogak needs a black out of green creature, doesn't it? Oh baby! Find me a Titan. Find me a Titan. And if it doesn't, at the end of the world, we still have cards that are good. I mean, these are great to have in this matchup. I have to just do some thinking. Is this Dredge Hogak? No, it is not standard, I think. I mean, it is. It's probably Dredge Hogak. Well, no, but Setai Wayfinder isn't in Dredge. They keep giving different names to the same thing here. Like, if the deck is running 3 or 4 Hogak, it's a Hogak deck. If it's running 1 in a Dredge shell, it's Dredge. Like, Dredge Hogak, like, someone made the claim that it was that Ben Friedman or whatever. I broke the format by playing Dredge Gak. It's like, no, you just... It's a different way of doing the same thing. It's just not a new deck at all. It's just different tech. Like, it's still the same deck. Anyway, ran it over. Let's do some maths. So, I can make 6. Go up to 6 mana. Dredge with Hogak. But right, wait, find it. Yeah. So it's not Dredge. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't having a go at you there, Bob. Like, it was just me ranting about them, calling them different decks. It's either Dredge or it's Hogak, but this is... Because of Wayfinder, I'm pretty sure, and Stitches, I don't think this is Dredge. Anyway, we can make 6 mana. We could play as user, go down to 3. We could play T-West for double blue, go to 5. And then we could play Gruul Turf, go to 9. Pick up the T-West, go down to 6, make a Titan. So I think the T-West is a Titan, and I think the Titan is a good thing. So we're going to give it a go. See if it works. I'm going to have a pack to pay for, but that shouldn't be a problem. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we can haste the Titan. Perfect. Just 2 seconds, guys. Should be done in about 15, 20 minutes. Okay. You okay? Yeah. Okay, right, we'll just... Oh, they scoop. Perfect. Talmad's Crypt, Pact Negation. Submit. You seem busy. You okay there? Yeah, I'm just playing my last match now, so I'll just finish the first game, so it should be pretty soon. Okay. And then if you want to watch something, or... Yeah. Maybe Suits. Yeah. Right, well, one more game. I don't like being on the draw against Hogak, but I've been pretty lucky so far. Doesn't do anything. That does. Pog double amulet. Okay. You have yourself a deal. And Gemstone could go in the bottom. Oh, where's my show game log? That's what I want. Play Multi 6 as well. We keep the 6. We ship that. And we're going turn 1 amulet. Turn 2 amulet plus bog. Hoping to draw. We have to draw Balsam Titan, so we're behind. And if this is Thoughtseize instead of Faithful Suiting, we're pretty much dead. But if they ditch, like, yeah, so that's kind of really dangerous. So I'm just going to play the bog first. Yeah, let's take that out. They did multi 6, so this could hurt them. It reduces the chance of them having 2 creatures. and it reduces the chance of them having enough stuff for Hogak. So, but they hit a Hogak and nothing else. Okay. So I think I just have to go Relic, untap land. Still need to draw a bounce land here. Let's start by targeting you. So they did dredge. So I relic if they play a creature. Probably relic anyway, I could just do with the card. Maybe not. Yeah, we'll hold on a turn. Oh, this was bad sequencing. If they have Force of Vigor and tag this relic here with these triggers on the stack, I'd be punished. And I knew that I'd be punished, so I didn't need to do this. I could have played this before the second Amulet, for example. A lot of things I could have done differently this turn. I could have just played a Forest instead of the Temple. Force of Negation is... Force of Vigor is just like... Oh, they took the 2 Amulets. It's actually a good thing for us, believe it or not. A Force of Vigor to Force of Vigor. Okay. Well... I don't need a pact. I need mana now. So... We just relic if they ever draw a creature. It may be if we're forced into it. I just take a damage a turn until something changes. It's not terrible. It's ramp, so we now just need a land. An untapped land or a bounce land would do the job. Block Stitcher, but I don't think I'm allowed to block Stitcher. Maybe I am. I probably am in this board state, to be honest, with the relic in play. So they're going to try to draw step this. So if I relic now, they can't kill my user. So that's what I'm going to do. I feed them up to play spells now, but they're down to 2 cards. Should be okay. That's the 4th Hogak in the top 19 cards. I have to take 1 because this will go die otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this, that, scoop. What about now? What about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? What about now? I have more zombies than you. How many land drops have I got left? I've played 2, haven't I? This is my last land drop. How about now? Scoop. Well, that could not have gone any better. Oh my god. So we played Hogak 3 times, which is slightly disappointing. We played Neoform and they died to themselves turn 1, game 1, and then they died to my Spell Pierce game 2. And something else we played. But most of these were just mono Hogak, which is a bit of a shame. That's hilarious though. I've been playing Niv for like the whole season and just not getting anywhere. So that was Hogak. No, so is it this third match that wasn't Hogak? I was humans. So we played humans, Hogak, 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 Neoform, 5-0. Good fun. And it's like, there's not too many budget changes. There's no EE, there's no Walking Ballista, there's no Cavern of Souls, there's no Gemstone Mines. Well, there's 2 Gemstone Mines. There's not enough Gemstone Mines. There's no paths because I went for a braid. I think it's just fine either way. What else? What else is slightly pricey? Force of Vigor. Price of these cards have been coming down actually. There's a T West missing, so there's there's decent amount of changes. Maybe 10 or 15 cards. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, like, you don't run the Field of the Dead if you've got a T West. You don't run that if you've got Engineered Explosives. You probably don't run that if you've got Walking Ballista. And that there's 7 or 8 cards. Maybe that's all. Maybe it's 7 or 8 cards. But anyway, that's pretty sweet. So I'm going to upload this to YouTube later, but the idea is that I'm going to try and get through this list of decks. If anyone has like a deck that they would like me to try and make budget, or a deck that you can see on this list that you'd like me to play, or a deck on this list that you'd like me to play, then shout up and I'll prioritize it, because I'm just getting everything from Mana Traders, and yeah, I'm playing as many modern decks as I can on Magic Online for under 100 ticks, which costs me $10 a month, which is nothing. So, it's just a great way of getting into the format and learning the format, and finding what deck you like, or having some fun when you're just a bit bored of the grind, really. Like, I used to play Amulet Titan all the time, and I got a bit fed up. It's taken a long time for me to get bored of Amulet, but like, sometimes you're just like, well, I've seen all this before. Why am I grinding the deck? I don't have like an event coming up or whatever, but I like modern. So I'm gonna try and work on a new deck. I'm gonna try and like develop a deck, and this is the best way to try that. Is just find a brew, build it cheap, see if you like it. Don't waste a lot of money until you know that you like it and know that it's gonna be worth your time. And I think there's not enough emphasis on like the fun side of Magic, but also like affordability. Like, it's important to a lot of players. Not a lot of people have $500, $600, $700 to throw at a paper deck and at an online deck. Like, that's the whammy here, right? So you look at this and you go, okay, well, Jund is probably the most expensive deck in modern. It's $680 in online, but in paper it's $1,700. So like, are you gonna do that? Are you gonna mess with that? Or Jazzy Chon, $800 or 400 ticks? Are you gonna commit $1,200 to play deck that you might not even like? So let's see what we can do with $100 decks. And like, you might not be able to see this very clearly. I have a little bit of an ad on the left here as well. But like, on this list there are Niv Reborn, so it's pretty much a control deck. There are combo decks, so combo decks galore. There are aggro decks, mono green aggro. Where else? Zombies, if I wanted to go that 8 whack. Hollow One, I think Hollow One is more aggro than it is combo. There's Wilderness Shrek, that's another control deck. And then over here is the DC, that's definitely, it's high on my list to play, and it's definitely a mid-range deck. It's, value everywhere, and yeah, it looks cool. So there's something for everyone here, for sure. Different types of combo as well. Like, some combo decks are just really all in, whereas some of them are like, they have this alternative plan of just trying to outgrind people. Mono Red Frenzy is kind of like that. You might be able to just get value out of your namesake card. So there's all sorts that I want to have a little play with, and just like refine some lists and have a little piss around and put them through a normal league rather than just chucking them in a 2-man's, and see where we get to. Anyway, please hit follow. Please come and see me again if you've liked this. daviusminimus on Twitch, daviusminimus on Magic Online, daviusminimus on YouTube, in Discord. Find me, message me, let me know what you want to see, and I'm going to keep doing some budget magic because I think it's great. So thanks for watching, guys. I will hopefully see you all soon. All right, bye for now.